Hey, 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 how you doing? Well, have we got some juicy news for you? Big news. Oh, God, my hands look massive. Wow. Anyway, so we're going to reveal our next big destination, but we're also going to answer some of our most frequently asked questions, including what sort of things do people write when they troll you? Oh, yeah. Even we get trolled, believe it or not. But we'll share with you the worst comment we've ever had. So stay tuned for that. But we're going to answer quite a lot of questions related to van life and a little bit about living in Spain. We've had a few questions that are related to our residency in the van. So if you are interested in knowing about how do you move to Spain and how do you get your van on a Spanish number plate, stay tuned for that. Right, let's get cracking then. First off, wipers. So when we travelled back to the UK, you might have remembered on one of the vlogs, our windscreen wipers didn't work and we didn't know till it started raining, did we? The answer was at the end of that vlog, but a couple of you might have missed that. So what was the score, Gary?
Well, first off, let's address the elephant in the room. Not me, by the way. This cut on my head. I was in the workshop.
An elephant. It's gorgeous. Right.
I smacked my head in the workshop yesterday, so it bled a lot, but it's okay now.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's not me.
Back to the wipers. So the previous owners had actually had a system installed, which
Shall we show them?
Yeah, let's go and look.
Where was it when you actually found it?
So the fuse box, one of the fuse boxes is here, and it was underneath there and behind the glove box here.
That's a really weird location, isn't it?
It was, yeah.
Right, so question number 2. What power bank do you use? Well, we don't use one.
We don't have one.
We don't use a power bank. And the reason we don't use it is we just don't need it, do we? Do we need it?
We don't have anything electrical that we need to run off it.
No, we don't really need it. The only time I ever need electric hookup is when I'm drying my hair. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we did buy this hairdryer that's a 9-volt, didn't we? But seriously, Gary could blow on my head and it would be quicker.
But we've got great solar system.
Yeah,
with
we
good
have.
Batteries. So all our charging needs are met by that. We don't need anything else.
So one of the other questions we got asked is, electric hookups in campsite, because on one of our vlogs, we mentioned that you had to pay extra if you used more than you'd paid for. What's the usual score? We don't normally pay extra, do we?
No, most campsites, you either buy a pitch with electricity or without. There's not really extra for using it, extra electricity.
No, and I think the reason they do it is because, especially in Spain, people will hook up an air conditioner and that's going to zoop the energy. And so I suppose it's just like watching their backs, really. But again, all we use is a hairdryer.
That's right.
I mean, seriously, we're right old school, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
That's what happens in your 50s. You like doing things the old-fashioned way. Okay, before we take any more questions, let's start talking about where we're going next. Right, we did a great poll on YouTube and Facebook, didn't we?
Yes.
And thank you very much to everybody who took part in that poll. I mean, it was really fun, wasn't it?
It was.
And we love looking at all your comments. Loads of you made some great comments, and thank you for that. So in top place on the poll, dun dun dun, glasses on for this, Gary, big news. So this is the poll results, okay? In first place, Morocco came in as the favourite. People think we're going to Morocco. Second place, they said Greece. Third place, they said Norway. And fourth place, they said Canada. Right, let's take one of these out. Which one are we not going to, Gary, out of those?
Norway.
Norway. We're not going to Norway, okay? So I'm going to drag this out a little bit. Keep watching, everyone. And if you're not subscribed, click on that subscribe button. Okay, so the next batch are a few residency questions and a bit about our life in Spain. So, first of all, have we got residency? Well,
we have now.
We have. We're residents of Spain. Ta-da! For those of you who don't know, I've got an Irish passport, so we went that route. We didn't go the NLV route. There are other routes to take if you want to have residency in Spain. Yeah. And at some point, I promise I will get to do a vlog about how you go about that. But yes, we're both official residents of Spain.
Now.
Hola. We didn't even plan that. Might have been better if we had.
Maybe.
Okay, second question about life in Spain. Have you got your van on Spanish plates? Well, yes. Well, actually, we've got the number plates.
We haven't put them on yet.
Yeah, we've just got to put it on.
Yeah.
We've got it insured in Spain. It's done. So fabulous. Gary is going to do a vlog. So You'll do a vlog yourself
on how you go through the whole process. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's hopefully coming out maybe next week.
Next week. Yeah.
Maybe next week. So if you are interested in putting your van on Spanish plates and you really need to know kind of what you need to do and work it out, don't forget to hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed so you can watch Gary's vlog that's coming out soon. Okay, right. The next question. We get asked this quite a few times and most people say they can't find this information online. So we're going to go into this a little bit more in depth so that those people know what we did and what the score seems to be.
Yeah.
So can you travel for more than 90 days with an Irish passport? And can your spouse travel with you? Well, first of all, if you've got an EU passport, you can travel. You're still supposed to register within an EU country if you're there for more than 6 months or half of the year anyway. You're supposed to register that you are resident there. So nothing's changed in terms of before Brexit anyway for anybody,
No.
but you can travel. Now, the most important part of this is, can Gary, as my spouse without an Irish passport, travel on mine? Well, you take it away, love.
So after a lot of research, I found a place called the Europe Direct Contact Centre, which is effectively the bureaucratic centre for all the rules and regulations. And I sent them an email asking the question, can I travel with you on your Irish passport? And they basically said, so long as I travel with you into the EU and leave with you, then I'm effectively on your passport and there's no problems. Now, my 90 days do count if you, for some reason, have to go, say, back to Ireland or back to England, and I have to remain in the EU. That's when my 90 days do count. But any time that we're together, my 90 days don't count.
I mean, it's a really good way of making people stay with you.
I wasn't aware I was planning to leave anytime soon.
You know which side your bread's buttered, Babs. Don't
Both
you?
sides, babe.
So yeah, you can absolutely travel with it. And for anybody that is in that situation or kind of thinking about getting an Irish passport, I'll put the email address, is it, that you've got?
Yes.
I'll pop it in the comments below, the email address. And if you have got any questions related to an Irish passport or anything like that, I'll try and answer what I can, but I only know it from my perspective.
Yeah.
You know, my mum's Irish, so I've got a direct descent passport. Okay, let's reveal a little bit more about our next destination. So we're left with 3 choices right now.
Oh, yeah.
We're still left with Morocco, we're left with Greece, and we're left with Canada. Right, I can reveal, dun dun dun, well, Gary can reveal, which one are we not going to, Gary?
We are not going to Greece.
We're not going to Greece! Right, now, so this is going to leave you with Morocco and Canada. You're going to have to stay tuned to find out. Is it getting tense? Now, we really want to do Greece.
Yeah.
But we are not doing it this year. Okay, quite a few questions that we get asked is about our YouTube channel. So we're going to answer a couple of those questions now. And these are very frequently asked, these questions. Now, for those of you who don't know, we started our YouTube channel in our mid-50s. And we've been going for just over a year, really, haven't we? And we really did it just to record our adventures in America. If you haven't seen our adventures in America, I'll put the playlist down below. But that's why we did it. And we're glad we did.
It's a great record.
A massive learning curve it's been. I mean, and the sort of start-off videos were a bit dodgy, weren't they? You know, I couldn't even do any editing, which brings me on to the main question that I get asked. What editing suite do you use? Now, I use Splice because I do everything on the phone. I basically record everything on the phone. We edit through the Splice app. It's really fairly simple, but it is quite rudimentary. So if you are serious about starting a YouTube channel, but you just don't know where to start, or if you just want to start making a video log of what you've been doing in your life so that you've got something to look back on when you're a bit older, which is what we want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Splice has worked for me really well. So that's what we use. It's been all right, hasn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
Gary doesn't know because he don't even use it at all, have you?
No, to be fair, you do all the editing.
And yeah, and I write all the comments
Yes.
and all the filming.
I have to sit back and look good, babe. It's very easy.
Oh, you can do it with very big ease. So obviously, when you do put yourself out there, you are going to get the odd comment that isn't very nice or is absolutely ridiculous, as in our case, right? So we've got to share something with you because this was hilarious. Well, it was funny because it was so stupid. Right, so we do get the odd comment, and for me, I literally just block and delete, because at the end of the day, I don't need any of that negativity in my life. If you're not enjoying it, nobody's forcing you to watch. I mean, I don't know if anybody knows, but you could just move on by. I don't know why these people do it. But let me share with you something that got written on ours that we were like, what the F? Anyway, so somebody wrote, I can't remember which video it was, to be honest, and obviously I have deleted it, but somebody wrote, how do you both fit in the van? I mean, good God,
and the answer is really simple. We both come through the door.
I mean, I'm not being funny, but if you're going to insult us, be a bit creative. You know what I mean? Oh, you're fat. Effing people thinking we can't get in our own van, Gary. Honestly, I don't know what they're talking about. We're not bothered that people might think that. We're not bothered at all, are we, love? At the end of the day, we're very blessed with our relationship, and we're very lucky to have our life, aren't we? So we're not really bothered about that. But we do sort of question, like, what kind of person does that? Why do they go on other people's YouTube channel and do that? Anyway, so another thing that I get, and I get this a couple of times actually, it's always negative towards the woman. I don't really know why. People need to question what they're doing out there. But it's always like, can Gary ever get a word in edgeways? Hang on a minute, Gary. I ain't finished. So, you know what I mean? I don't really talk all over him all the time. I mean, you get to
sometimes,
say, hang on, I haven't quite finished, love. He can speak, you can say whatever you want, can't you?
Most of the time, yeah.
But seriously, we get that sort of comment sometimes. Well, Gary, you take it away. How do you feel about doing the videos and me doing the talking?
That thing just does not excite me at all. So, and you're really good at it. So I'm happy to let you do it. I have my jobs, and I think that's one of your jobs because it's one of your fortes as well.
And also, Gary is the fixer in our relationship. So all of you will have whatever your niche is or your best things in a relationship. So I would say I was more of the creative person.
Definitely.
And, I kind of come up with all the ideas and do all the things. Gary is the person who is my complete finisher. So it's all very well being a great ideas person. He's always got a new idea. He always wants to do something. But if you haven't got someone who grounds you a little bit and actually fulfills some of the things that you're coming up with, it's really difficult.
Yes.
If I had another person like me in a relationship, we'd never do anything.
Get done.
And if Gary had two of him, well, they'd be doing it all day long. There'd
be no relationship. All we talk about is tools.
Might not be so bad, Gary. Every cloud and all that. So I think it's nearly time to get on to where are we actually going and to share our plans.
Yeah.
Right, the time has come. It's time to share our big news, isn't it, Gary?
Yes.
So what's our travel plans in 2025? Well, first of all, we've got a mini adventure coming up soon. So that will be our very first lot of vlogs. And we're doing a little trip in Spain. So stay tuned for that. But now, if you remember, it's down to Morocco or Canada. So I'm going to ask my lovely assistant here, which one are we going to, Gary?
We are going to Canada.
Right, so you might be saying, what? How's this all coming about? Right, we better explain what's happening. Right, the Canada trip is actually in 2 parts, and I'll explain this now as we go through it. So first of all, at Christmas time, we got offered a house sit just off Vancouver in an island called Salt Spring Island, isn't it? And it's near to Vancouver Island. So anyone that knows in Vancouver Island, hopefully might catch up with you. So we are heading that way first. We're going to do a 6-week house sit for somebody. We're going to look after a lovely golden retriever. But that house sit's going to be about 6 weeks. We will do a little bit of vlogging there, so we'll show you what that's like. We'll show you our journey to Vancouver, various bits and pieces that are going on there. But then, and this might be very exciting for both us, and you might be very interested in doing the same thing yourself, we are hiring an RV for 5 weeks. So we're hiring an RV from Vancouver, aren't we? Picking it up.
Yes, picking up from Vancouver, and the plan is to do the Rockies that we didn't do when we went there last time.
Yeah, we didn't quite get to Jasper and Banff, did we? And do Lake Louise and all of those bits and pieces. And we didn't do Edmonton, and we didn't properly do Calgary either. So those are the things we're going to do in Canada. But this is where it gets very exciting as well, isn't it? We're also going to do...
We think we're going to cross into the States, aren't we?
We are going to cross into the States
as well.
Yeah, so we're going to start off the adventure with traveling into Washington State. We're going to do a little bit of Idaho because we didn't do that.
We didn't. That was a state we didn't cover last time.
Yeah. So we're going to spend roughly half the time in the States because we have got a multi-access visa.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, we have already travelled the States, most of the States at that. We spent nearly a year doing the States in our own motorhome, but this one is a hire one. So we've never done this before. So we've never hired a motorhome, have we?
No.
Never. So we're going to go and pick up our motorhome. We're going to show you exactly what happens when you pick it up. We're going to share with you all of the costs once we finalise it. We've sort of... we're not quite sure how much it's going to cost completely yet, do we? But we're going to share all of that with you. We're going to share our journey. And this is the journey outline we think we're going to take. As with everything is changeable, but that's the plan we're thinking would work for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite exciting, isn't it?
It's so exciting. We just can't quite believe that we're going to go and do this again. We haven't been over that side for, it's nearly 2 years now, isn't it?
Gosh.
It's 2 years in March, isn't it? So the plan will be to do the house sit first.
Yeah.
We're heading over in March, and we will be away for 3 months in total, really, won't we? Yeah. And we're very excited about it. The vlogs will be a bit of a mix at first, won't they? But we hope you'll enjoy them anyway and come along, have a bit of a crack with us and see what's going on in our life. But then we'll take you through that whole journey of picking up an RV from Canada, travelling into the States, showing you part and parcel of that, but also then those incredible sights when we get up to the Rockies. We really hope you want to come along with us on this one. We'd love to hear what you're thinking. What do you think? And for all of our friends that are stateside or in Canada that might be in that region, please give us a shout. We do know that a couple of our friends from Storm in a Transit Van, hi guys, I hope you're watching. We know that you're heading over there, but we don't know if our paths will cross because we're going to be over to the west side rather than the east side. And we know you're probably coming in the east side. But anyway, hopefully we'll be able to catch up with a few people, but we will show you some things we've never seen before as well. There is quite a few places we haven't been to.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, one of the biggest places I'm really looking forward to going to Leavenworth, aren't I?
Of course,
yeah,
yes.
I really want to go there. So that's one of the first places that we'll be heading to when we go into America. So yeah, we're actually going to America and Canada again.
I'm having both our birthdays out there, aren't we?
We are having both of our birthdays. So Gary's going to be 57. I know, it's hard to believe. And I'm going to be...
that I'm so young.
Yeah, exactly. And and I'll have my 56th birthday. So actually, a couple of years ago, you spent your birthday
at Graceland,
didn't you? We vlogged a lot of this anyway, where you're not allowed to film in Graceland itself, to be honest. And then I spent my birthday at Niagara, and it was amazing, wasn't it? Yeah, it was brilliant. This time around, we'll spend it somewhere different. I'm not quite sure where I'll be, but I'm kind of thinking maybe Lake Louise for mine. I quite fancy that. Isn't that lovely? And we'll show you the big, massive shopping centre that's in Edmonton. Yeah, that looks amazing. If you've got any ideas, or if you've done this, I know a few of you might have done this, please put in the comments your recommendations. Please let us know what you did or what you think. If you've got any campsites that you think we should go and stay at, please pop them in. And if you are interested in doing the same thing, don't forget to subscribe, because you don't want to miss this adventure. We don't want to miss it, do we?
No, we do not.
Right. Well, that's it for now. Next time you see us, we'll be on a road trip to somewhere in Spain. We'll share that with you very soon. Mainly it's because we haven't quite decided where we're going. We're very lucky to live here. So we're going somewhere. We think we know where we're going, but we're not 100% sure.
A general idea.
Yeah, we're going down the coast a little bit anyway. So join us for that. And obviously Gary's going to talk you through how to put your van on Spanish plates if you've got one, if you're interested in that process. So until next time, guys, we love you loads. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care. See you soon. Bye.